Hi guys, it's Christy and it's time for Mommy to make some coffee. Yeah, I better be very quiet so she doesn't hear me. But yeah, welcome to the far out world of coffee creations. Because guess what guys, it's time for some fun. My mommy, your barista, Scarlett, will be doing taste tests of all sorts of creamer flavors, coffee flavors, and crazy combinations that she makes. She'll even go on some trips to some coffee shops and do some taste testing that way. So yeah, why don't you come in and join her for some coffee? Uh-oh, I think I'm caught. Christy? Yes, dear. What are you doing? I'm watching you make coffee. Why are you standing behind me like that? You act like you're hiding something. Yeah, I'm recording an intro for the channel for you. Oh, really? Yeah. So, I'm making you an intro because you need it. She's getting the coffee K-cup out, putting in the new one because she is a kook and forgot that she could use the same one over because she's a goober. Hey, watch it. I know. But anyway, so now she's going to go throw the other one away because she's a goober and forgot. But hey, you know what? That's all good because she knows now. Yeah, I know now. I'm just, trying to get that done. But anyway, yeah, so, she's got all sorts of taste tests. Coffee shop taste test, creamer taste test, all that stuff. And you never know, some crazy baby Sharky might show up and hang out with her and banter like we just did. Yeah, this girl right here always wants to banter with us. So, you never know when she might show up. Exactly. And, not to mention, we got some awesome friends that wanted to help out too with our theme songs. Is that right, Mommy? Yeah, Travis, Josh, they've got all sorts of fun planned. Yep. So, without further ado, why don't you join us right now on the far out world of coffee creations for all sorts of fun, laughter, and love. Well, what are you waiting for? Come on in, grab a seat, and let's have some fun.
Welcome to Far Out Coffee Creations, where the coffee is always hot and the food is always good. Scarlet Brew is a cup for you, so yummy. Always a fresh cup of joe with a big giant cup. Every soup tastes so good. Scarlet, that's the barista you want to choose. When you drink her coffee, you'll know it's so good for you. She makes the best coffee in the house. She does test, different types of coffee and talks about differences. Sometimes she tries different coffee makers too. With the far out world of coffee creation, you'll find a big sensation. Scarlet with her wit and Christy with her banter. The little Sharky's always there hanging with the crew. We hope you come on in and don't forget. And every cuppa you'll find the best aroma. Fresh with every sip, you feel safe and sound. With Scarlet, coffee is the best around. So come on, gather around for the best coffee ever found. The far out world of coffee creation. And you're a barista, Scarlet. Thank you for watching. Y'all come back now. You're here. Have a couple with us and enjoy. Yum, yum, smell those biscuits. Woo!
Hi guys, welcome back to the far out world of coffee creation. Scarlett, your very, very annoyed, exhausted barista back with you. I can't even do this right. So we're going to taste test the chocolate covered cherry coffee cold. Let's see how she is. Yum. So good. Yummy. I was right on. I said this would be really good cold, and I was spot on with it. Now, let's try this again. So, like I said, I've had to redo this story a couple times. The first one I had to redo because I was specifically using names, and I didn't want to do that with some people. Anyway, just in case they don't want it to be said on YouTube. But then the second time I screwed my story up because I'm an idiot. I'm exhausted, y'all. I don't know what's gotten into me tonight, but I am really tired for some reason. But I'm not falling asleep yet. So this will probably be uploaded bright and early in the morning. Because, yeah, I am really freaking tired, as you can tell. I've had to redo this episode 3 times. But anyway, I've done the taste test just this time. Because I've been screwing up my thing. First time I accidentally dropped a paper towel in the toilet. But then like I said, I was saying names of people that I didn't think wanted to be said on YouTube, so I switched it, and then I screwed up where somebody was from. Anyway, so I'm an idiot. It's one of them nights, let me tell you. You get those sometimes. But anyway, so I was correct. The storm lists for hurricanes, there's 6 lists, so they switch each year. And so the one from last year will be used again in 2030. And so on and so forth. So this year's list will be in 2031. 2023's would be in 2029. So on and so forth. So anyway, they used to be named back in the 1950s. They were named after all women. And women got pretty irate about that, which I don't blame them. I would be too. And so in the 70s, they switched it to alternate from male and female names. Now, I was actually told the opposite. And I was thinking it was the way that I just told you, that they were completely named after girls, and that's why women got offended. Because I'm like, that sounds more appropriate. But the way that I was told sounded kind of, excuse my French, fucked up. Because they were telling me that they were offended because they weren't named after chicks. I'm going, no, I don't think so. I actually had to look that up because I was like, that don't sound right. That sounds like the opposite to me. And sadly, it was a woman that said this to me. So I'm like, honey, I think it's the opposite. Why would you be offended that a catastrophic tragedy event was named after you? Why would you be upset that it was not named after you? Like, why would you want these catastrophic storms to be named your name? Like, why? And I'm thinking, I think it's the opposite. I was correct. So what I told you was the truth. And so basically the WMO, World Meteorology Organization, they are the ones that come up with the names for them. And they name them names that are easy to pronounce. I'm thinking, really? You haven't tried to make VoiceOver do it? Just saying, guys! Make VoiceOver say it. It doesn't know how to say Helene. It says Helene. But anyway, it's easy for humans to pronounce. How about that there in NWS? It's easy for humans to say, not screen readers, not AI. Anyway, yeah, I'm on this again. I like picking on VoiceOver. It's fun. Anyway, yeah, World Meteorology Organization. Hey guys, hey, I got news for you. It's easy for us to say. It's not easy for AI to say. Just saying, okay? Yeah, if you're watching and you work for either one, you work for the National Weather Service, try challenging the screen readers to say the hurricane list. See how many they screw up in each one. I dare you. I dare one of you guys to do it. Anyway, because it'd be funny. But anyway, yeah, and do different voices too, different languages, of the actual English-speaking voices, and see how many they screw up. That'd be funny. Anyway, but then you got in the 1800s, you had this guy from Australia who basically the goober head decided he was going to name them after people he hated. You know, oh, well, you know, name them after politicians that he hated. Yeah, okay. You do that now, you might get your butt in trouble. But anyway, well, that kind of happened to him back in the 1800s because basically one hit his Queensland neck of the woods, and it was named after a politician he didn't like, and guess what? They didn't help him. He lost pretty much a lot of funding and a lot of money. Yeah, it was bad. He retired a couple years later. I believe it was either 1800s or like early 1900s, something like that. But still, I mean, dude, come on. Not smart, dude. Not smart, dude. I mean, there's politicians I don't like, but I wouldn't name a hurricane after them. Some of them wouldn't probably mind it. No names mentioned, but there's a few that probably wouldn't care. Probably not. They'd probably be like, whatever. They'd probably take that as a freaking badge of honor, some of them, I tell you. Some of them are just so, like, stuck on themselves. Hi, how you doing? There's a few of them I've noticed on the news, like, that's, like, full of themselves, like, hey. And then you get somebody who was a politician that I would have never guessed was a politician. Oh, I know. Who you're talking about? Yeah. Mind y'all, this man I would have never guessed in my freaking wildest damn dreams that this guy would have been a politician. Not in a million freaking years. I mean, the dude was a singer, a bass player. Rocky, you know where I'm going with this, girlfriend. This dude was a singer and a bassist for a very famous Australian quartet called the Seekers. Yep. Mr. Apple Guy became a freaking politician after the Seekers broke up. And I'm like, what? I'm like, Apple Guy, a politician? What the hell? I was like, you're kidding me, right? Now, the only thing that makes me believe that, and I don't mean to sound, and I'm not meaning this to sound crude or rude or obnoxious when I say this, but the only thing that does not dispute the politician thing for me is that he can talk. That man can talk, and he can do details like you wouldn't believe. Because politicians, when they get going, they get into a story and you can't shut them up. And I'm saying that kind of affectionately, but at the same time, they get going on a speech or something, and yeah, they can go. Well, him, when he is descriptive, there's his politician side coming out. Because when Apple Guy goes into a description, that man can go into a politician speech. That's the only thing that does not debunk that whatsoever. Personality-wise, though, I never would have guessed it, because he seems like such a laid-back, just really nice, down-to-earth person. A lot of politicians that I've known, I've never met any, per se, except for, like, I've met, like, local politicians, like a couple of mayors, who would, you know, remind me kind of like Apple, but, like, senators or presidents. Never met a president yet. Never met any senators. But, like, locals, yes. But some of the ones on the news, I've seen some that I'm like, I wouldn't want to meet them. Now, there are some that I would, but there are some that I'm like, not happening. No, thank you. But yeah. But Athol, that is one person though, I never would have put singer than politician in the same breath. No. Never would have guessed that. Not in a million years would I have guessed that. He just didn't strike me as a politician type. I was like, damn, okay. But yeah, I've met locals. Well, I didn't actually meet him, but I spoke to one that became a senator. I believe it was, or no, excuse me, representative, then a senator. Because he went from, I think he went to being a senator, I believe. Or he's still a representative. I don't know. But he went from, I want to say, I can't remember if he was Republican, then went Democrat, or Democrat, then went Republican. He switched parties. I do remember that. But I think he went into, because I think he was a representative, and then I think he went into the state senate, I think he switched houses, I think. I'm not going to say his name, but I do believe he turned into from a representative to a senator, I believe. Because I about had a heart attack when I seen him later, years down the road. Because I met him and he was young. He was really young. I'm not going to say age, but he was very young when he... But he switched parties, if I remember, and I think he switched houses too. And I was like, what the hell? Wasn't he your rep? Yeah, our county. Yeah, scared the crap out of me, because you showed up at I think it was a SAD meeting or something, or something with the SAD group that I was with, Students Against Destructive Decisions, if I'm not mistaken. He was there for that, and then I'm sitting in there one day. I'm sitting out on the porch when he walked up on our porch and handed my brother a flyer. And he's like, wish me luck. And I was like, good luck. But yeah, I think he was in our district. And I was like, whoa. Because to actually have somebody who was running come up on your porch and you actually got to, talk to him, it was kind of... Which he was really nice too. That's what I said. I've met local politicians, but not any, highfalutins. What would you do, just out of curiosity, let's say down the road this thing starts to grow. What would you do if one followed it? Yikes! That would be, whoa. That would be like Surprise City. Because I'm sure there's some presidents that probably love their coffee. You think our current does? Oh. I don't know. If he does, what would be funny if he if he watched this for weird flavors, that'd be funny as heck. What do you think he'd do if he heard some of these weird flavors you tried? Probably laugh at me, honestly. Knowing him, knowing his personality, he'd probably be laughing at me going, are you crazy, girl? I'd be like, yeah. Yeah. If only you knew, sir. You don't know me that well, sir. You watch this channel and you'll find out how crazy I can get. Because Because I do like some crazy stuff. Which of our presidents do you think would watch this if whether they're good with us or not? Ooh. Mmm. Who do I think? I don't know. Because I don't, like I said, because of the ones I can remember, because I'm older, a bit older to remember some of them that we had. The one that was here when I was born, let's see, out of the, okay, so out of the ones I know, because of from birth to now, I would say I would say out of the ones I know for sure, I would say former President Obama probably would watch this because he'd probably get a kick out of it. Former President Clinton, I think, would probably get a kick out of it. And the reason I say that because they both did some funny stuff on speeches sometimes, especially President Obama. He actually broke in song one day. It was pretty neat. So I could see him doing something crazy watching watching this and getting a kick out of it. I think he would kind of enjoy it. I would say both former President Bushes would enjoy it. They were more serious, at least the one was. But I think honestly that he probably would have enjoyed it too, because he would have needed, honestly, when his first term hit, he would have needed some humor, because he had to deal with idiot. Oh yeah, idiot. I know who you're talking about. A name we cannot say on YouTube, but yeah, we had to deal with his dumb butt. But yeah, so I think he would have honestly enjoyed a good relaxation in the evening and watched that, even though it would have been audio. I'm not sure about Reagan. That's who I believe was president when I was real little. He probably would too, actually. I think because from what I heard about him, I think he probably would have enjoyed it. Honestly, I think former President Biden might have too, honestly. I think all of them, seriously, probably would have gotten a kick out of it in their own little way, I think. But, yep. But yeah. The one we got now, I think, would be going, "Are you crazy? Drinking this crazy stuff? What's wrong with you?" Yeah, I'm crazy. I'm crazy and it's fun. Like, coffee's fun. I could honestly see him honestly asking you why you don't do it in video. Knowing him, probably. Knowing him, knowing what I know about him, he probably would be like, yeah, why isn't that done in video? Oh, so that you guys have to try to picture what my face looks like, making these weird faces. I can make weird faces at the camera. Y'all wouldn't know it because I don't even use the camera. I use an app. So I don't even use the camera at all. It's all audio. But yeah. But yeah. But former presidents before I was born, whew, that'd be hard to try to guess. Yikes. I don't know who had a sense of humor or who liked coffee. Like I said, some of the ones that we've had since I've been born, I don't know if they were coffee drinkers, but, you know, possibly sense of humor, they would have probably gotten a kick out of just listening to my crazy antics on here. And the ones that are coffee drinkers are probably going, ew, on some of the flavors, honestly. But, yep. Boy, I'd be crazy if all of a sudden somebody messaged you, hey. Yeah, after this talk. Talking about personalities not mixing with, well, jobs not mixing with somebody. Yikes. Going from bass player to politician. Yikes. Hello. That is definitely not one for the ages, that's for sure. I was like, what? Are you serious? And talking about people that don't sound like their name. Yeah. Wow. Some people do not sound like their names, that's for sure. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but their voice don't match their name, if that makes sense. Some people probably it doesn't make sense to, but just like, whoa, your voice don't match your name. Like certain people, like every person that I've met that's been a Gretchen sounded like a Gretchen. Like, I don't know. That's just, it's weird. But it doesn't, some people don't match their name at all. Like, for example, I'll give a good example. Liam Clancy. His real name is William. Liam matches him more than William actually does. I don't blame him for shortening it to Liam, because he don't sound like a William to me. He just don't. Let's see, who else? Well, Sananda Maitreya. His real name, I'm not saying it because he doesn't like it. Out of respect, I'm not doing that. But he does not sound like what his former name was at all. Doesn't work. Nope. He's a Sananda. Not that I've ever heard a Sananda speak, but he's more of a Sananda. And I gotta say, I love that name. That is cool. That is a cool name. I'll say it. I don't care. I love that. It just has a unique, and it has a nice flow to it. I like it. It's cool. Who else don't sound like their name? Who shot one of the boys in the kitchen one of the nights? Somebody got shot. Yeah, if you hear this arrow sound, like whoosh, noise, it's just one of the knights in the game getting shot. They're all three in the forest. Mine, Christy's, and Mom's. I'm actually playing hers for her, because she's playing one, and then I'm playing the other one. Because she's playing... But anyway. Yum. God, that is good. That is yummy, 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 yummy. And like I said, it is so blended well. It's not overbearing. Like the cherry does not overpower the chocolate. I mean, it's perfect. Like, I'll be honest, I wouldn't care who the president was. If he came to me and goes, whether it's the current one or whether it's a former, and he goes, hey, what brand, if I was to get started in, crazy far out flavors, who would you recommend? I would either throw him towards Victor Allen's or Friendly's, because they've not had a bad one yet. So I would throw those ones at him. Either one, any of them. I would have said, hey, start with those two, because they're so good. Two Rivers is another one that I would throw him at. Like if you wanted to do a variety pack of coffees, I would throw that one at you. Because they have really, really good variety packs. And that's the one I'm actually drinking now, to be honest with you. That's why I'm saying that. I would give a president that. President, former president, senator, representative, I wouldn't care. I would tell them, hey, go with the truth. That's if I can spit my words out of my mouth. I would tell them to go with the Two Rivers variety packs, because they are the bomb.com. Yum yum. Right now, that's what I'm drinking. And I've not had a real bad one yet. I mean, the only one I don't think I really cared for in this whole pack so far was the s'mores. I did not like s'mores. I do want to get another s'more though. I want to try a different s'mores. But I did not like the s'mores that I tried. Yeah, it was gross. It didn't have enough blend. It wasn't blended right to me. But yummy s'mores. Yum, yum. I do want to try that daggum cake that Come Sit at My Table did. They have some damn good recipes on that channel. Yum. And I'm going to send Mom that link before she even sees this vlog. But I so want that cake. But yeah, so yeah, I wonder honestly of former presidents that were before I was born who would enjoy watching this crazy stuff. I wonder. That does make me kind of ponder that. That Abraham Lincoln would, because he was the supportive type. You know what? I would agree to that. I think George Washington probably would have too, honestly. I do believe both of them would have, yep. I didn't think about that till you brought it up. Those are two that, yeah, I definitely believe would have probably supported this. If it was back then, they probably would have loved it. But, yep. But we will definitely, like I said, I will definitely probably be recording these, getting them ready. Because, like I said, I'll probably upload them bright and early on tomorrow morning because I am exhausted and I'm dropping things where they shouldn't be and I'm not saying stories correctly. And yeah, I'm just like, And see, I can talk about politics without talking about politics. Because I don't talk about the issues. I talk about, who would enjoy crazy, weird coffee flavors? That also makes me wonder, not only who would actually just sit back, who would enjoy watching, but who would actually do it. Who of our presidents would be crazy enough to join me on a taste test? Who would have the guts to join me on a taste test? That would be fun. Which of them would be crazy enough to actually do it? Beware of what you ask for. I know, right? And let me add this. Let me throw this one out there to people, okay? Which of our presidents, whether it's the current one or whether it's a former, which president would be crazy enough to join me on a taste test but also banter with Christy? Oh, shoot. I don't think the current one would be brave enough to try that crazy coffee. Oh, that would be funny if he did, though. That would be funny if he was the type to try. Especially, I don't see him as the type that would try it either, just because he's more of the, all serious. But it would be hilarious if he sent me a message and went, oh yeah, want to bet? Let's go. What one would you try there, Mr. President? What if he wanted to try one of your barista concoctions that you make? Oh God, that would be intimidating. whether it was our current president or whether it was a former president, if they wanted to try one of my homemade concoctions, oh, God help me. That would be scary shit right there now. I'd be like, I'm nervous. Especially if it was your French toast. Ooh. Exactly. Now there is where I would do a video. If I was to meet, whether it's the current or a former that we've got right now, if I was to meet one of them and they said, hey, I want to go on, I would video that. Or audio if they didn't want to be videoed. I'd still do it audio if they wanted it audio. If they say, hey, do it the way you always do it, that would be freaking cool. That would be freaking hilarious, honestly. But yeah, that would be interesting. Drink a cup of coffee with a president. Whoa, that would be huge. That would definitely be interesting, that's for sure. Like, whoa. But yeah, with our current one, if he's, all serious mode, I couldn't see him doing that. But now if he's out of office, like if he was his basically former self in a sense where he wasn't in office, then I could probably see him being more laid back, kind of kicked back. If he wasn't in the political realm of things, not in his business sense, but like more just random, not in his serious business thing or his political stuff, but just typical him before, without business stuff in the way or politician, being a politician. If he wasn't in that, I could see him maybe doing something goofy, but when he's in politics or business, he's all that. He's not more. I've not seen him being a goofball. Let's just put it that way. I couldn't see. I agree with Christy. I don't think he would be the type that would be a goofball. He could throw me off. He could just next week throw me off and be a total nut. But I can't see that happening, honestly. Because he's not the goofball type. From what just what I see on the news or on YouTube, whatever. His acceptance speech, you almost thought somebody else was there. Yeah, I did. I was like, whoa, dude, what happened to you? He did not sound okay that night. He sounded like he had a nasty freaking black cold. Ugh. Yuck. He did not sound okay that night. He sounded like he was coming down with a cold. Ugh. But yeah, it was like, yikes. And you can tell that with people's voices sometimes. Even if you know somebody's voice, you know that they don't sound right, and you're going, you okay? You coming down with a sickness? What the heck? Did you just say down with a sickness? Oh God. Christy! Ah. Okay, Miss Metalhead. Yep. Like, when you were thinking about that and you go and bring it up, you goofhead. Proud of it, too. Ugh. Your uncle would be proud of you for that. I know it. He loves that band. Yes, he does. He'd hang out with them if he could. Yeah, he would. But he can't get what he wishes that could happen. Yeah, he won't get one as a brother-in-law. The one's engaged. that he wanted as a brother-in-law. My brother is a kook. He's a crazy kook. Oops. Yep, came down at my leg. Tired. God, that's good. That is so delicious. Yum, yum. Yummy, 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 yummy. Yum, 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 yum. Anyway. Ow. I just cracked my wrist. That did not feel good. But yum. That is yummy. But our closing Halloween song, you guys, is freaking comical. Oh, it is so funny. It is freaking funny. Me and Mom, we were listening to it today like twice. And we just laughed and laughed and laughed. I mean, it is just so flipping funny, guys. It's hilarious. It is freaking funny. But yeah, it's freaking hilarious. It is freaking funny. The first one is too. It's oh god, the Halloween themes are funny as heck. But yeah. But yeah. It's freaking hilarious. And I've got to get the intro for that done this week too. I got to figure out how to do that. I know what I'm going to do for the outro. But I've got to get the intro done too. I got to figure out how I'm going to do that one. But yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do that one yet. The intro. Because Kitten, aka Casey, she did our Vlogmas intro. But yeah, we'll figure out that. Oh my goodness. Oh, and the fries and the potato wedges, they turned out okay. At first I was a little bit skeptical, but they did turn out. But, I mean, they weren't my favorite, because they do still taste a little bit freezer burnt, but I don't understand how they're freezer burnt, because they're all sealed in bags, but yep. Anyway, guys, I will be back tomorrow with more. I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't have no more flavors to taste. So it'll probably just be a lounge of some kind, and I'll make something. I don't know what I'll make, but I'll figure something out. Or I might just come back and have cocoa. Who knows? Since I don't have any... Maybe I'll just do a fun cocoa taste test on there and just see what the heck we come up with so you guys can see. Because a Match Made in Heaven has seen it, but you guys have not seen the Two Rivers cocoa. So maybe I'll make a few of those cocos tomorrow. And we'll go from there. So anyway, I will love you and leave you. Till then... Even though this isn't, like I said, this isn't a cocoa channel, but maybe I'll do that just for the heck of it and give you guys a something goofy, do more banter, because a lot of people seem to enjoy Christy and me bantering and seeing what kind of crazy cocos we can come up with. Hopefully no more of that spicy stuff. Oh God, I hope not. If you guys haven't seen that, it's over on I believe it was our Special Awesome Family I did it. And oh my gosh, all hell broke loose. I made some nasty faces on that one. But anyway, I will love you and leave you till tomorrow. Enjoy yourself a nice cup of coffee, whether it's hot or cold, however you like it. And I'll see you back here soon. Goodbye, and God bless.
We hope you've had a great time here with us in the far out world of coffee creations, where Scarlett, your barista, has tasted, tested coffee of different varieties. It could be a coffee that has never been tasted before. It could be a coffee that she just loves, like 8 o'clock coffee. Yum, yum, yum. And of course, smell those biscuits cooking. Yum, yum, yum. So good. If you come back again, you'll get to hear some more fun with Scarlett, your barista, and Christy, your bantering Sharky. Yeehaw! So come on in next time and set a spell with Scarlett. She'll brew some good coffee for you. In the Crying Keurig, I think you'll just love that coffee. Yum, yum, yum. Smell that coffee, and every time it'll be a different thing. And sometimes it might just be some 8 o'clock coffee. You just never know what Scarlett is gonna do when she has coffee with you next time. Yeehaw! Hope you had a great time today. We sure did. Yeehaw! Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo!
Hi, everybody. It's Baby Sharky, aka Christy, and I would just like to thank you for watching the far out world of coffee creations. Mommy will be back, and I might just pop in for a quick visit. So stay tuned, because the barista, my mommy Scarlett, has a lot more where that came from. Hey, Mommy. Yes, dear. Where's the biscuits? Oh, good Lord. You're gonna act like Travis? Yep.